Hello, my friends. Well, I brought you into my bathroom to show you this painting because there's a skylight in here and I find it, bless you, my cat is sneezing, makes the best lighting for photos. So anyway, this is the final piece. You're about to watch the creation of it, although the bubbles are something I added later. But you'll see the swipe, very simple, and I wasn't 100% happy with it at the end, and so I decided after I stopped filming to spritz it with a little liquid silicone. Just, I barely touched the the nozzle and spritzed out a little bit, and it just created all these wonderful effects, kind of lacing and tiny cells. But there were some weird spots on it, and so I disguised them with these bubbles. There was an especially egregious one down below where this large one is. And so I started with that, and I couldn't leave that alone. It was just too distracting to have just one. So I added another, 6 of them, I think. And this is what I ended up with, and I'm not unhappy with it. So let's get to the creation video, and I appreciate you watching. Hello, my friends. I'm going to be doing a swipe on this long canvas. This is 16 by 40 inches. I had to zoom way out, and I think you can see the whole thing in it. I'm going to put down a silver base coat, and my colors are, I'm using Vivid Intense. This is Colorare's high flow fluid acrylics in Paynes Grey, Phthalo Blue and White. Now these are all mixed, 3 parts Liquitex Pouring Medium, 2 parts Floetrol, 1 part paint. And that's it. They make it's a perfect consistency for this swipe with just that. Now I'm also using 3 Treasure Gold. I mix them the same way, 3, 2, 1, but I did have to add water to meet the consistency of those fluid paints. So I'm using Aquamarine, Antique Copper, and Blue Quartz. So those are the swipe colors over silver. So the silver I mixed a little different. I should have mixed it the same way, 3, 2, 1 with Liquitex, but I had a big container of this mixed up, 60% Floetrol, 40% Liquitex Pouring Medium, and I decided to use that. So I added the silver to that and then water to meet the consistency of those colors. So hopefully it will still work. Let me go ahead and put the base coat down, and then I will come back and we'll get to swiping. All right, my base coat is down. Now because this is a metallic base coat and my colors, 3 of them anyway, are metallic as well, I expect to get quite a reaction with cells. So here's hoping. Anyway, so I usually like to use plastic on my swipes, but because this is going to take several swipes to do this whole thing, I am using paper towel, which I have dampened. I've cut them up into different widths just for interest, and that way I can just toss them when I'm done. The plastic, you need to clean off between each swipe, and that can be a pain in the neck. Okay, so here we go. Yeah, like I'm using mostly blues in the blue family, but I decided to add this, which one is it? Fire Opal? No, Antique Copper. It's kind of a weird coppery purple color, but I thought for contrast it might be fun. I want to go about 1/3 of the way down. Because I'm thinking this would go in the vertical orientation, although, might look cool horizontal as well. I don't know. We'll see. skinny one of that there. This type of swipe is new to me. I've only done, with this recipe, I've only done that one that had a lot of pink in it accidentally, and kind of turned out like a horse to me. So, but I rather liked the way it looked, so I'm anxious to try it again. I've done lots of swipes, but not with this recipe. Okay, I think that should be sufficient amount of color, and let's get to it. There we go. How purple that antique copper is, and bossy. Okay. Some reaction. It's nowhere near as reactive as I thought it would be at first glance. But it may develop. I'll go wide again. Just depending on how it goes, I may end up adding another line of color. I have plenty of paint left over. Doesn't take much for this technique. I'm not a huge fan of purple either, my friends. And I knew it. I knew that antique copper is very purple. I've used it before. Oh well. Now that's selling up very nicely. I should have used a different size. Oh well. I'll overlap a little bit. I can hear the dogs next door. My husband's in the backyard and they hear him and they're expecting a treat. Okay, I gotta move these out of the way. Clear the deck, this side of the swipe. All right. Right-handed. I'm very left-handed. I'm laughing at the dogs. I can just hear my husband out there talking to them. Oh, this side is much, I guess that's the anti-copper. I'm not picking it up on this half, which is fine with me. A little of it's okay. Okay. What to do? Should I do anything? Let me hit it with a torch and see what, if anything, happens. Not much. I'm really surprised, honestly, that there's not more cell action. What do I want to do? Do I want to add another stripe of color going this way? Is this too plain? Do I just want to try tilting? I think I'm going to try tilting first before I add more. See what, if anything, happens. I'm putting gloves on because of the Liquitex Pouring Medium. Really sticks to your hands. Okay, I'm going to lift it this way. See if we get any movement in this area there. Some, that's good. I think I'm liking that. But I'm not liking what's happening here. So, but I think it's more interesting than it was before I tilted. I have to say that because I've tilted it. I guess that's not too bad. Go back this way a little bit and see what happens. All right. I don't think I want to add any more color. It's awfully purple. I think I may just leave it, let it be. Pretty easy. All right, let me bring you in closer look. I like this dark in the center there, that, not center, but the between the swipes. I'm glad I added that color for contrast. And the purple, that copper. It may dry more coppery than purple though, maybe. And it's pretty much plain down at that end. I don't know. I don't hate it. It's better than what was underneath it, that's for sure. Would you have done anything else to it? My initial thinking was to add another line of color here and swipe again, but I think I prefer busy here and then off to nothing. Let me know what you think, and I'll show you the dried results either at the beginning of this video or at the very end. Thank you for joining me.